Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and we have an interesting update from the Pokemon Company. So we're on the corporate website, and it looks like they've changed some things around, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. If you find this interesting, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, share it with your friends. But yeah, this caught the attention of Pokemon news outlets because they've kind of changed up some things. The Pokemon Company corporate philosophy. The goal of the Pokemon Company is to enrich both the real and virtual world with Pokemon characters. We also have this being reported on by other news outlets, and the interesting thing is that this happened the day before we got our recent Crown Tundra news. So with the announcement of the upcoming Pokemon information, they also just kind of like quietly changed up how their website is and their philosophy. So this did have its own speculation, but I didn't want to cover it then because it's like, well, what if we go into this and then it's just Crown Tundra news? And it turned out to be just Crown Tundra news, so I think it's worth separating it out. But now we have it to where the Pokemon Company wants to connect the real world and the virtual world. Then we can see Video Spotlight, we have new Pokemon Snap, so that they're kind of pushing forward now since we're getting some things out of the way. We also have Pokemon Smile. And then the update to the Pokemon Company philosophy, and we can see this picture right here. Now, if you've been paying attention to what the Pokemon Company has been up to for the last couple of years, they've really been trying to integrate in this kind of way. Actually, if we pull up the Creatures website, they've had this fancy Pikachu animation going on for a little bit now. It just kind of shows like the evolution of the technology that Game Freak and the Pokemon Company have been applying to Pokemon and how many steps forward we've been taking. So that's what I see with this. Also like all the crazy augmented reality upgrades that Niantic is pushing. That's also like really fueled by the Pokemon Company, because that's kind of the reason why Pokemon Go exists, is because, you know, the Pokemon Company, they saw that and they went, yo, we kind of want to bring Pokemon in the real world finally, and Niantic looked like they had the most technology to do so. Then we have the augmented reality, and they just keep pushing that forward. So now the philosophy, Pokemon Company's mission statement is to enrich both the real world and the virtual world with Pokemon characters. I think we're really seeing that real world leap recently, because go back to Pokemon Presents. No one could have even fathomed that the Pokemon Company is up to something like Pokemon Smile, because we were all waiting for Pokemon Sleep news. It's like, hey, this was announced like a year ago and we got nothing else about it, so are we finally going to understand what's going on with Pokemon Sleep? No, we're just getting more Pokemon real world ecosystem development. It's kind of strange, like, oh, Pokemon Smile's a thing. Well, I'm Pokemon Sleep, but it does kind of make sense with this announcement because the Pokemon Presents effectively replaced the Pokemon press conference because like COVID and other weird things. So we got a lot of different like alt game announcements that weren't really directly into the main series because that's the Pokemon Company. That's what this is about, and that's also why we're seeing all of these updates to the changes, and I am down with this. This is like everything I wanted to hear as a child. This is everything my kid self dreamed of. It's like Pokemon being as real as possible. Yes, please. So I think it's really cool. They're like pushing that, you know, with the connecting the real world and the virtual world in Pokemon. And I find it really interesting on the timing of this though. Why announce it when they announced it? Why go into main series news, but also update all this corporate stuff? So, because it looks like things are a little accelerated for Pokemon right now. The Crown Tundra is coming out in October, this month. Now, I did predict it, but I was being a little ambitious. Like, I think it's possible, and it would be cool, but it was also a good chance we just get another November release. So that means, like, everything feels like it's kind of getting taken out of the way. We have all these other announcements. We have Pokemon Presents stuff going on, and then the Pokemon Company updates. It's like, oh, wait a second. So what happens in November? What happens in December? What happens as we get into holiday season? And then 2 months from then, late February, we're going to have the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. Sounds like a lot of big things are going to be breaking down, and we're going to see more Pokemon Presents, more Pokemon Directs, more of these weird things that the Pokemon Company is up to really push, like, hey, this is about making the interaction with Pokemon as strong as possible. I completely agree. I feel like Game Freak has been on the ball. They've been on point ever since 2016. It all comes together with a brand new Pokemon Adventure. After that trailer, it's just been fire. There's that Pokemon Center anniversary trailer that I showed a few years ago now, but it's like every time they put a lot of effort into a passion project, it goes over really well. I think that's also what you can see from the music video that they had with the latest announcement for the Crown Tundra. I would love to show it. I would love to react to it. This is very copyright unfriendly, but it is kind of showing like this theme. They are trying to make it feel like they're bringing together the Pokemon world, like all the lore, all the stories. Pokemon Generations was amazing. Pokemon Masters is also doing a good job at like tying everything together, and those trailers are really cool. So when you look at something like this, they're telling the stories that we already know about with the main series Pokemon world, and also just kind of tying in new adventures. You know, we have 2 new main characters, quote unquote. They're just kind of like going through, having a fun time with Pikachu and Eevee. Eevee now also getting that more standard and solid mascot representation inside the Pokemon Company. But at the same time, everything about this is just amazing and wonderful, where it's like, that's awesome, I love that, my generation gets representation. And the overall, you know, takeaway from this is chills. I cried. I felt amazing. Like, I was just happy. I was just like, this is one of the coolest things that we've ever seen from Pokemon, because it captures that moment. It's like, oh, we have Gold fighting Red. Every moment is here, and it's about as cool as it could be. That's just kind of keeping with this trend that we've seen. And I think that also ties in with this information. Like, oh, why would they just make a random Pokemon trailer now? But they're also updating their entire corporate structure, or at least like the philosophy, what they're forward presenting to us, as we already know about these other projects, like Pokemon Smile, like new Pokemon Snap, like Pokemon Unite, and also Pokemon Sleep, whenever that happens to be a thing, as well as the advancements we see with Pokemon Go. So like, Crown Tundra is over at the end of the month, and it's only going to just be like improvements and going up for Pokemon. That's how I felt. Like, Pokemon Let's Go was incredible, and I liked how they took that chance to really just bring a true Pokemon adventure that was outside of just general Pokemon game. And then Sword and Shield has been one of the best Pokemon games. So it's like, yeah, I love everything that's going on here. That's also backed with some of the other things that are going on. Information that's also being reported are like 1,000 employees producing Pokemon for their respective markets. So this also just goes into the amount of work that is going into Pokemon. When all those people are like, oh, Game Freak only has, 100 employees, and that's why Pokemon Sword and Shield is terrible, they need to hire more people. But the credits have like 500 people in Pokemon Sword and Shield, because a lot of that work is outsourced. A lot of that work goes to creatures, the Pokemon Company, other branches, just other third-party people that help work for the games. So it's not just like, oh, all Game Freak is falling apart. That's objectively false, even though Pokemon Sword and Shield are amazing games anyways. So the whole bring back National Dex thing and a lot of the complaints are just never valid to begin with. But then it goes bigger. So yeah, you can disagree with Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Let's Go being good, but again, when you look at the It All Comes Together trailer, when you look at the new music video, when you look at what the Pokemon Company is trying to push, Pokemon is on point. I think that's also shown by Pokemon Go having a very strong resurgence and then holding on to it. The trading card game has been massive recently. So yeah, like the main series is kind of the only part that's falling behind to some people when it comes to Pokemon. But even then, I feel like we're gonna have a massive renaissance soon. Pokemon X and Y was what revived Pokemon more than I'd ever seen up until that point. Like, yeah, a lot of people, they kind of fell out around Gen 4, Gen 5 was terrible, so that just like made a lot of people quit. But then like, when it all came together for that worldwide launch, everyone I knew got back into Pokemon for X and Y. Everyone looks back and like, yeah, X and Y was awesome. That was like a great time to go back into Pokemon. Then Pokemon Sun and Moon, I think there was a lot there, but yeah, it just didn't feel as cool. It just didn't have that same impact, even though there's a lot of build-up. So Generation 6 had that momentum going to Generation 7, and then it dropped off after the launches of the games. I blame hacking more than anything. Hacking's still a massive problem in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but the quality of life in Pokemon Sword and Shield still makes them really strong. But we need that one unifying moment, and that's most likely Generation 4 remakes. I mean, like, that's going to be the renaissance. The next bigger, better X and Y moment is going to be Gen 4 remakes, and then that's why while we're also dealing with new Pokemon Snap, the game we've been waiting 2 decades for, and all of these other things that are coming together, while the Pokemon Company just grows and only has great numbers and great things to boast about. That's why they're talking about, actually, as Pokemon approaches its 25th anniversary. So they're doing this with the acknowledgement of the Pokemon 25th anniversary coming up. That's huge. Today has grown into a brand that transcends national and cultural borders. I mean, that happened back in like when Pokemon took over the world, and there was like the time cover of Pikachu. Just like, it became a global phenomenon then. It saw it again in 2016 with Pokemon Go. Pokemon Group currently encompasses 2 companies in Japan and 4 overseas. So I'm guessing either like 2 Pokemon Company branches like Creatures, Game Freak, Pokemon, the Pokemon Company International, then all of these other things. So yeah, with about 1,000 total employees producing Pokemon for their respective markets. I mean, it's everywhere, and they just wanted to go bigger and keep showing it off even more. And I feel like, I haven't clicked on this, but like there's probably a stat where it's like, oh yeah, we've also printed like 10 billion cards at this point. That used to be a stat somewhere on the website, but now they've mixed things up a little bit. It was, oh, Pokemon and figures, yeah. So we can see all Pokemon related software, 368 million units, 9 languages, 30.4 billion cards out there existing in Pokemon. Yeah, 77 areas where Pokemon sold, and TV is in 176. Oh, that's the TCG. Oh, wow, that's actually different. Yeah, TCG is available in 77. TV shows effectively every country in the world, and yeah, and then 9 languages for the games. So very, very powerful, and it's just gonna, like, they're just like, look at how awesome these numbers are, and the Pokemon Company wants to keep those numbers going great. So that's why I trust what they're up to. You know, the Pokemon Presents was good. Looking forward to Pokemon Unite. Also, I think they've handled pretty much everything pretty well, except for like the hacking issues in the games. But as the company goes, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing for the 25th anniversary and beyond. And I said this 2 years ago when I was like, yo, Pokemon Let's Go looks hype. Pokemon's on the right track, and they still are. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.